Oh, it's one of these days, huh? That's fine. Let's change those. Let's change that output real quick. No. ISP, let's go. Oh my god, the ISP is terrible right now. What is this? How long is it gonna take? I'm at what? Kilobytes per second. What do I want it to be? Let's see. Well, I said 5,000. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Okay. That should be good. All right, we're chilling on this now. Okay, can I bump it up to 8,000? Let's see. Make sure we get this right first. See if I can get it as good quality as possible for everyone. Yeah, 8,000 is no problem. All right. Alrighty. I think that's everything we need, and now it's just time to start drawing. Alright, so I am drawing a Castle Crashers character. So with the Painter DLC that came out, what I'm doing is I'm actually, not me personally, but everyone has the ability to actually do this here, where you can draw and you can make a character. And what that means is essentially if you fill out this entire drawing sheet, and I'll zoom in here so you can see. So there's different things you can look at here, where you can do different parts of it. And this means that if you if you draw all of these different things here, what happens is that when you make your character then, and you use them, what happens is that they have all these different poses and stuff, so then when you're using them in-game, they actually work really well. So that's what I plan on doing here. No, I think a lot of these ones for the beefy, you don't get the hand ones, which is unfortunate. You don't get the small hands or the little limbs, because it'd be cool to do those limbs as well. But that being said, we're gonna start and then go from there. So the first thing I would say is what our theme is going to be. Now, they've already announced that you could create your own characters for a long time, and my whole thought process was, well, who do I want? What are we missing kind of in the game? Because I was thinking to myself, I really want to add characters that feel like they could come right from the game. I know a lot of the characters that are being added right now are either serious or all joke characters, which it's hilarious, honestly, seeing a lot of the joke ones. Just personally, for what I wanted to do would be to add something that feels like the game itself would have had as a playable character. And one of the first ones I thought of was a like lava or magma character, because you get fire and you get the dragon or the demon, but those aren't really lava characters, even though there is like an actual lava area. Sorry. So my thing is that, okay, I want to create a magma knight then, or a lava knight as the first one. The other one I was thinking of was wind, and having a wind knight. But for this specifically, I think for this one here, it's going to be a lava knight. So if we see what we have here in the bottom right here, you can see like my custom preset colors. I already have some preset colors here. I don't know if I'm going to use specifically these presets or if I'm going to change it up a little bit, but these are just some presets I picked because I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That feels like what lava would have. So we're just going to go from there and then see how that works. Let's start with the face, honestly. We'll kind of just go down in the line, I think, is how we're going to do this. At least that's the way I would want to do it. Alright. Dropping frames, it looks like, almost. It's weird. Well, let's see if we can close out of that. There we go. It's just whenever we switch back between these colors really fast, it does it. Let's go with what if we do like more of a bluish hue? Yeah, like a more of obsidian based hue. I think it's definitely the play. Well, why don't we click on this and then go from there. Let's go with that. Dull metal. There we go. Okay, I like that one now. There we go. We'll do that, and then an even lighter version then. And we'll do like that for the lightest, for the like the shine of it, I think is the way to go. Okay. Yeah, we have dull metal for all of it. Yeah. Okay. So, I think the first thing we got to do is we got to kind of like conceptualize what our baseline is going to be. It's really like how we want the magma to look. What kind of like the facial structure, if it's like living armor or if it's a guy wearing the armor. Because if it's just the guy wearing the armor here, you could make it more in line with this guy here. And if that was the case, then we would do something like if he's one of the original members at least. We gotta load the pixels. I think we go to 3 here for this. Let's see, okay. Yeah, fill it in like this. Yep. Perfect. And then we'll do the light one. And then we do the main one here. Boom, perfect. All right, we gotta do the perimeter around the eyes real quick. And then we can paint fill this, I think. That's good enough. All right, this is if we're doing this version of the Magma Knight. I'm not a huge fan of just making a, almost like a default version of it. But this would be kind of like how we do it. And then do if we did the eyes though, you could do like that. Yep. Touch up this eye real quick. Back to the red. So something that I like to do if you're doing like a fiery effect or a glow is you do like a 3-piece wave of it. So like you do the red on the outer rim. You do like orange in that. And then you do like this. Touch up that a little bit, give it a little bit more color. There we go. And then if you add yellow to the final mixture of it, what you'll see is like that. And we want to get a little bit more lighter texture on the top like that. There we go. Oh, hold on, we need to. There we go. And then you do the same thing here. Do the center piece and then brighten up a little bit around it. Give it a little bit of different color. And then from the outline like this, you can see that he has more of like a glowing effect with his eyes. And I think what we want to do now is we want to add like a black around this as like a... Yeah, it's like a base. I think we need 2 pixels. And if we're doing it this way. There we go. And then you would do like this. We can do a thicker pixel. We do like 5. There we go. Where's the eraser? We probably want to erase a little bit that, and we would probably trim that out. Yeah, because we want that to be trimmed and match it. So that'd come out and up a little bit around. Fill that. There we go. There we go. And so if we were doing like a base Magma Knight, we would do something like this. We're gonna lighten up the upper area here of his eye. Ooh, 1 pixel. And then go back to the yellow here. Touch a little bit on this side. There we go. And then touch back up some yellow. Same thing with this. Touch this back up a little bit. Lighten up around the that, and then go back to yellow and touch that back up. So then it's just like a perfect thing here like this. And then you get like a perfect little like thing. And then if I was to add shading, or quote unquote shading, you could do like the lightest color here. And then I could do like 1 pixel, yeah. Go down the line here, you add a and you just go down this. And you do it more than 1 pixel probably, and then fade it out more efficiently. Like this, yep. And can pull up like another character on my other browser and see if they have any type of shading like that. And see how they kind of do it, and see if that's something that they would do. Got something in my throat. So essentially, what I could do is undo all of this. Ugh. And if like you use like a reference sheet for that, how they have it is they have it kind of like around the perimeter as like just a slightly lighter variant. So I could kind of be like, yeah, just like this. And then you would like color it. I don't know if it'll actually. Yeah, that actually would work. Okay. And then go back to like 3 pixels. There we go. And then we can yeah, just like that, and then I would do 1 pixel. Or actually, let's do 2 pixels. Like that. We can even do it actually a darker gray on top of that if we needed to. But if we were doing like, if I was doing like just the base night to look kind of similar, this is kind of how I would do it. I would probably say we need to do a slightly darker gray though for the actual shade. So I would take this here and edit this more like that, I think. No, it's a little like that maybe. Still too light. Well, like that, let's see. No, that one you can't tell the difference. It's a little bit darker, yeah. Just enough though. that might actually be it. Let's try. Let's go to paint. Can we do it? Yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna do this here just for reference. We're gonna do a little bit of this coloring right here on the side. We want to be a little bit thicker than that. Let's do 10 pixels. All right, 10 pixels. We're just gonna do this on the side here. We're gonna do this of all of our colors, actually, I think. So we have reference for all of them. I like this idea only because that way, in case we lose one, we have more to go off of. And then the light gray. Those are our base, and then we have a red, orange, and yellow. Whoops, that one's bleeding in. We don't want to bleed into the lines. There you go. So we have like our 7 base colors here that we would actually use for this. Back to 2 pixels now. No, we want our black for this. Weird. What color is this then? Undo. 10 pixels. When I click on this, is it not the same? No, it's lighter. Ooh, I like this one actually too. Okay, we're gonna do this then. I like that. I like that dark actually. That dark actually works better, I think, here. Yes, yes it does. Yes it does. Okay. Two pixels. There we go. Hold on one sec. There we go. All right. These are all good colors. There we go. I like all of these now. This is a lot better. And I like that new black we have. Much more fitting. Closer to actually black too, so it looks better. So, if we were doing like a... Ooh, I don't like this. I'm going to clean this up. And then we're going to... There we go. So for this here, if we did it this way, this base wouldn't be bad in this sense, and it just looks like a Magmanite, and it's not terrible. Like, you could definitely get away with doing it like this if this is how you wanted to take it. It's like, I think it's like right next to the ridge of their thing. Yeah, right? And it's very faint. The opacity is very low, I should say. So this one we probably run with this. And then it would look kind of like that. And then if we were doing like a base night look, this is how I would say we would run our guy, and it would look kind of like this. It's not terrible. It's not terrible by any means. I'm not the hugest fan of doing just a basic night look because I think we can do more with it. But if we were doing it, this is for sure how. Actually, and then you can actually do this. There we go. Yeah, like that. And it looks like they do coloration here. So we switch to that. Yeah. And then it's just at the tip of it. And then it looks like we would do a lighter one going halfway through the shield. So we'd want from about here down on the left hand side, we would want to run this. We would want this to all be excuse me. We would want this left side here to be lighter. Or darker, sorry. Based on that. So we're gonna pull something up here real quick. In-game sprite. Yeah, customer characters. You hear? Hello, welcome. Okay. I'm just looking for a reference sheet right now, just to see how they have them animated in game or it's colored in game, because you want to kind of match the texture. Here we go. perfect. This is exactly what I want, actually. How is the music, by the way? Is the audio good, or do I need to turn it? Excuse me. Do I need to turn it down or up? Yeah, for this is mostly exactly what I want. Actually, we would have to do a darker variation of this color here. So we would do that and then just do this and pull it slightly down. And there we go. That's what I want. And then it would do this. Can we paint this? Let's see. Oh, no. It does not work. There's not enough hard enough lines. It can't distinguish the filler itself. So we have to do it. All right, we can switch to like a thicker line. That's fine. Okay, sick. So if we're doing a Magma Knight here, like this, then we paint it like that. Be careful not to touch the eyes. We already did the eyes. What character am I drawing? So I'm doing a Magma Knight because we don't have one in the game currently, and my whole concept was to take elements that were in the game that we never did and to use them as reference for a character that could be made. One that fits aesthetically in the game itself. That isn't like a meme character. And I'm not against meme characters, just to clarify either. This is just like, you have lava world essentially. No lava knights though. You have dragons essentially, or demons. So this is one of those things where it's like, you can draw it and then use this character, and this character would be like right at home with a different area of the game. Which game? This is Castle Crashers. So you can make your own characters now in the game. And what I'm doing is I am making a character themed around one of the elements that they don't really use, but it is in the game. So we do this. Color around the eyes. Get around the nose. There we go. Okay, we have to go back and touch this up with black. So we're going to do this. Take this, go with that, and then we're just going to chop around the black again. We want the black to be distinguishable. Here we go. Okay. So. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep, just like that. And then this needs to be black. Line it. Line it. And then line it. Line it. Line it again. One more time. Okay. And then, yeah, that needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So you would do this and get rid of the black. clean up some of that. Not so it's not so dark. Even though I just touch the spots. There we go. Touch some of that. Hit that. There we go. Down here. So like based on the base game, like the base knights, this is more or less how our character would look if we were going for well, have a body. The head seems rather large. The heads are all large in this game. They're all large heads. So like if I zoom out here, you can see the whole spreadsheet here. So we have to do the body of the small body up top here. So like down here is where we would do the body at, and like the different iterations of it going around, like based on how it would look, and then a back shot. Yeah, exactly. It's meant to be cartoony, and then down here you see all this stuff too. So up here we have my template. If I was to do a knight helmet that looks like these other knight helmets, this is what I would want, and this is how it would kind of look and like play out. I'm not doing that though with this. That's the thing. Is I could do like this doesn't look bad, right? As is. This art I just did doesn't look bad, but it's actually not what I want to use. Yeah. So I'm actually not using this as a template. This is more of a, if we follow the traditional knight, this is what I think a Magma Knight would kind of feel like, but we're going to go the opposite route. And we're going to make him very much aesthetically fit what a Magma Knight should be like. So we're going to keep the perimeters the same roughly, but now we're going to draw over this now with our own stuff, and we're going to use this like here as like a template for it. So unfortunately everything you see here is about to be undone. But Frankenstein? You mean Frankenstein's monster? Like the one from Mary Shelley's? Yeah. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually delete this now. So first we'll take our custom black here. We're gonna do this line and this line, and I'm gonna do this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do eraser. Okay, now for reference, we're at 1 pixel. Let's go 3 for this. We're gonna do this, this. Yeah, here. Here, like that, and it comes out like this, like this, like this, like that. I, and then we can go back to erasing. And then the other eye is right here. So, more or less, this is what we're looking at as like the base template, right? So, I'm going to smooth that out a little bit, sharpen it up. There. Yeah. So this is more or less what our base template is. I'm not doing any of this though. So what I'm gonna go for is more of like a creature monster design as opposed to as a knight design. It's gonna be like actual armor that fits magma versus just color scheme of OG knight. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the eraser here and we're gonna erase all of this. Okay. We know the two eyes are here. And that's really all we care about right now. So, I'm thinking more of no, that's off. So we want more of a, how do I want that? Not open face slit. You could do like this. Okay, hold on, we'll go back to that. There we go. I don't know if I want the armor to be closed or open for this. If it's more of down, it's hard to conceptualize because like I'll do it up in the top corner here. So I'm either thinking this, where it's like it comes down and up. Oh, hold on. Whoops. No, back to brushes. Undo. Undo. So let me make it symmetrical first of all. I'm gonna get irritated if I don't. I don't like that. I gotta do this in sections. So down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, part one. And it comes around to like down, up, and up, more or less. And then inside of this would be like the face mask. I don't like this part too much. I'm gonna, come on, there we go. Ooh, way too big. There we go. Okay, so what I want for Magma Knight is for them to literally be magma. Let's see if we can paint this. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Okay. And that is 1 pixel, so we do 1 pixel. Can I put them both on? The one I just did to this one? No, I'd have to do it on I'd have to draw it in a separate one. I could absolutely, as reference, if you want. But hold on, if you want to see that, then it's going to be like this. It would be like this is going to be a hot second. So hold on. There. So you're talking about like this, going back to this one, the OG. Let me know when you can see it. I'm just watching chat real quick. The open and closed one. Yeah, so the best way to describe it is this is the one this is the original. The one I'm thinking of, I'll do it above, I guess, as a reference. So we'll go 3 pixels on this. Where's my black at? To make dinner? Okay, no worries. What are you getting for dinner? Okay, go for that black. So there's like an open one you could do, kind of, where it's like, I don't like that angle. I don't like that either. Hold on. No, I don't like that. Let me do the slits first in the eyes. Gonna be lazy. Take out mac and cheese. That implies that he has mac and cheese. Oops. No, curve first, then straighten out more. Oh, too rounded. There we go, yeah, so it'd have to be... Oh, and I don't want that point. That's too round. I don't like that point on that. We're gonna do that. Well, so the mask on is not what you're thinking of. It's 2 separate things. It's gonna be like this, and you could do like a face shield like that, like a plate with it. Nah, no, I don't like that. I have to make the helmet bigger, actually, the head bigger, if I wanted to do this. I don't like any of that. So the difference is if I keep it closed, so it's just like more or less eyes like this, or if it's gonna be open. Ooh, no, have it backwards. Okay, so we do. So, like this. It needs to be more streamlined. It's too rounded. Whoops. Do that. Okay, or it's gonna be like, nope, too streamlined. I don't like that I'm coming over that far to the side. No. No. It's that first one is not round enough. There we go. There we go. So the difference is this. Let's see if I can do fill in correctly, if it'll do it. Yeah, more or less. Okay, cool. So the difference is going to be this, essentially. No, I don't like that. More straight. No. There's no way for me to copy that because it's all individual strokes. I don't have an actual painting editor, so it's different for me. The music? Yeah. I wanted to put on something ambient while I'm doing this. And then I would do something like this though. So this is the hard part. So do this. Yeah, the music is not part of the game. It's something I put on. And then you can see how the coloration wise, we color everything else kind of orangey. Because the red is only meant to be like... I don't like that one. No, this is mask open. It's hard to show because it's not going to be this big, right? Like it would be something similar to this or akin to this. The other one would be the upper area, and it'll be like this with the mask shut, or instead of it being an open face mask where like you see the face, it's more like. Oh, my ISP is having a fuck up. We're losing a lot of bits. And then there we go. Is that the separate mask? So the way to picture it is this. Let me erase this first for understanding. Right? So the way to picture it is this way. And I'll use this as a reference. This. In one of them, it's going to look like this. More or less, you're gonna have helmet. This is the top of the helmet. I don't like how big the eyes are on that one. Hold on. There we go. And that's gonna be like gap. Yeah, and then it'll be like or not that way, but yeah, and then it's gonna be like I don't like that. I don't like the spike. More like this. And then so this would be the first part of the helmet. And then this part is, oops, and this part goes like this. And then this, again, and now remember, this is just going to be a reference. Right, so then this is going to be, because you have to have different reds and oranges and whatnot, because you have to add like the glowing effect. And this is kind of how you do that, with just yellows and reds and oranges. So this would be the first one, more or less. Again, this is just very, 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 very quick. That's what that one would look like. The other one would be this, and this one's a little bit harder to do. So let me use a few baselines real quick here. So I gotta mess with some stuff because this is gonna take a lot of different colors. Red, customize. Okay. Okay. I like the oranges like that, and then what we need is we need this, and then we need it like that. There we go. There. This is important that I have these colors like this for reference for this next one, because this next one is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so for this one, this is the one I like. It's more demonic looking almost. But so, no. Color, custom color, grab this black. Okay. So like horn. Like this, and then it's like, me and the rounding, dude. I gotta do less rounding. I don't like that. There we go. I like that. So we come out to the side. Nope, not enough to the side. So for this one, this is going to be very different, right? So, I don't like that. That's too long. So for this one, so this is the difference, right? One of them would be like you only see the eyes and you see like a little bit, because this dictates the entire way. This is going to dictate the exact way that the armor is going to look, because whatever the faceplate looks like in the helmet dictates kind of like the vibe and the shift of how the whole armor plays out. So for this one, what we would go for instead then is, instead of it mostly being like an armor with like magma glowing, in this case it would be more like there's a lot more magma to it and the armor is just like on the very outside and you see a lot more of it shining through. And so for reference, this is what we would do then. So I gotta come back down here. I gotta get my my darker red. Put that in like that. There we go. We have a good base. Now I'm gonna come over here. See, if I had any type of painting program, this would be really nice and easy. So then we'll do this, and we'll stay at 3 pixels for now. ELS connection, yeah, it's because my internet service provider is not letting me do 8,000. So right off the rip, we're just gonna have a darker baseline red around, so we can get more of this kind of like glow aesthetic, is what we're gonna be pushing for here. No, it's not your connection. It's my internet service provider. Hold on. All I can do is do this for now and wait till it balances out. It's just my ISP being literal doo-doo right now because it's the weekend and everyone is bandwidthing this really bad. Okay. Next we take the brighter red. Okay. Now we do that. So this one is a lot harder to get in the face because there's a lot more work that goes into it. And now, see, the reason why this one gets tricky is because now you have to get into like coloring. Everything has to be colored differently. So now we do this, we do this. Go to 2 pixels. And then, okay. And then what we would do is we do What's that? Okay. Okay, so then what we do is we do this again. We take this. There we go. And now we get to this part. Undo all of that. Put a 1 pixel here for this. Color it like that. And then one day my ISP will not be doo-doo, and I will not cry from it. Okay. And then we do this, we capture this red. So this is how it would be for this. Yeah, we're just gonna ban you. Yeah, some little kid child. Yeah, we don't need 5-year-olds. We don't need 5-year-olds posting in this channel being stupid. Get banned. We just don't need children commenting in this channel at all. I don't need to deal with little kids. So this is kind of like a very rough version of how it would look with the other one. I'd probably do the helmet piece a little bit more down. Where's black at? There we go. We'll go back to 3 pixels. Nope, that's 4. Hold on. Let's do 3. Okay. There. I probably want the helmet to come down more. And kind of be like this. And then Um, can we do a... Can we do an intermediary between these two? Let's see, hold on. Let's grab this red. And let's see if I can... Can I do that? And then is it darker? No, I don't like that one, orange. Let's see if we can... How is it compared to this orange? Hold on, let's take a look real quick. Okay, it is darker. Okay. Okay, that would work. So that would give us a template of... can we do another yellow? Actually, hold on. We might be able to do another yellow that's even brighter than this one. Just slightly, I think. You can't tell the difference. So we'd have to do a little bit darker of a yellow. Yeah. Okay, so we can do a little bit darker of a yellow, actually. It is lighter than the orange. There we go. It's a little bit all over the place. I'm not happy where the colors are located just because of that. Because they're like kind of all over. But that's because we're like adding as we go. But like our palette for our armor is definitely this left side. And then our palette for our for the other side is to the right. Looks like our ISP is stabilized here, so we're gonna go back to 8,000. I pushed this down to 5,000 here. So we should bump back up again. The quality should increase a little bit. So like the two differences in helmet pieces is these though. Where the open mask is more of like the magma itself is the person and then they're wearing armor. And the other one is that they're also magma wearing armor, but it's more of the armor is containing them. It's just more knightly. I could work on this here and touch it up a little bit to give it more of the look. So hold on here, we'll actually do that. Go back to the base of this and do the dark one. You like the open more? That's what I was feeling, but I also like the face shield. It's hard to say. Okay, this is the baseline. Okay. So this is the baseline here. Then we take our second red, we go to here, we go back up. We go to 2 pixels now for everything. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we're already getting we're already getting kind of like a thing for it. We're already getting kind of like a look I kind of like for this. We'll come back down the center line here in a second. And then we do this. Come back around like this, do this. Pixel perfect. Gonna come around here. There we go. Okay, so that's all of the reds. Now we go into the oranges. We'll do the dark orange first. Yeah, I don't like that, the angle of it. There we go, redo that part. We want to come up sharply. There we go. Okay. Then we go to the next orange. Yep. Okay, this is like a yellowy orange. Okay, we zoom out again, go down, we get that yellow. And then finally, we hit the bright yellow. And then what we do is, to give back that the teeth kind of look, for this we go back to the orange here, and we go back to one. Now we go down to 1 pixel. And just kind of make like a rough outline first, and then we're gonna go back to the red. And then you do something like this. Very rough. Very rough for it. Look. And then I would color around it differently too. Around the teeth, obviously, I would color around those to make them look a little bit different. So then, like, we go back to the orange and stuff, and we'd color around that more. And then we would go back to the yellow here, and then we'd kind of touch up around it so that it makes it look like the teeth actually were added into it and not just drawn through it. Yeah, kind of like that. So that would be the difference in helmet pieces, right? So all of this, just to give like a rough, these are where I'm thinking. So my question is do we run with the open face mask, or do we run with the closed one? Is the real question. Because the open face mask one is going to be more like this. And then the closed one it'd be similar to this on what I have here. We would touch it up a little bit. We'd probably add demon horns to it as well, though, because it's fitting for like a magma knight. But if we stick to the one on the right, it's a lot more glowy, so the armor itself would reflect that. Where if we stick to the other one, it's gonna be more black and grays, and then the right one would just have more stuff coming off of it. Thank you for saying. Yeah, of course. Open. Okay. So the reason why this matters is then essentially you like the glow? Yeah. So all of this to say that now we have to sketch this here on the we have to sketch this upper quadrant mask. So we'll do this, and we'll erase this one. Volcano energy. Yeah, that's the whole idea, at least, is to do that. So first we're gonna clean all of this off. There we go. We're just gonna be thorough with it, so there's nothing left over. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this reference, and now we're going to break it down here. So we'll do this. There we go. Perfect. Do that. Do that. And do that. Alright, I have my reference material pulled up to make sure I do this correctly. And then we have this. Alright. So now comes the actual hard part, implementing our design. The easy part was getting the how do I want to take this. So first things first, we're gonna do an outline of our sketch because we want to have an idea of where we're coming from with this. Oh, 1 pixel is not enough. Undo. Let's go with 2 pixels. Nope, that's bad. Nope, that's bad. The center line is here. No, I don't like that. It needs to be. I don't like that either. No. Hold on, I want to draw a line for reference. Fudge. There. That is our center line. That's how our face mask has to be split. So we have to make sure that when we do this, we have it exactly like that. Okay, so we need to come down like that. No, I don't like that. Let's go with no, I don't like that. Not enough. Almost. There we go. I like that. Okay. So we have that. Oops. No. Okay. Ah! Nope. Perfect. Okay, that's the first part. Ooh, we can actually go bigger. Okay. Nah, too fat. Nope. Nope, don't like that. It's gotta come. Ah! Center line is here. Okay. This isn't bad. Point wide and then come out to point. No, so close. Good, good, good. Nope. Budge. There we go. All right. That's the baseline of the faceplate of the helmet. This is important because this affects like how our thing is gonna look, and then we want the horns to kind of come out like. I want the horns to come out like here. There we go. Okay. And then for the side piece, like that. Yep. And then like that is fine. Did I hide someone while you were gone? Yeah, they were being homophobic, so I banned them immediately, frame 1. That maybe? Yeah, it was definitely some 5-year-old that thought they were edgy as fuck. They thought they were edgy as fuck. So, working on Lost Belt 7 finally. Nice, nice. Lost Belt 7 I think is my favorite, followed by Lost Belt 6. Lost Belt 6 is a really good time. Obviously, I love Lost Belt 6. But I don't know, Lost Belt 7 just Lost Belt 6 to me is just, it's good. I really love Lost Belt 7. I have a lot of questions from the chat logs. It seems, yeah, I've said you, because you're mod, so you can see the chat logs. It was just absolutely uncalled for what they said, and like it's not funny. It's just you trying to be edgy, and so like I'm just gonna ban you outright. You have a lot of questions. Yeah, go ahead, shoot. What's your question? I'm impressed. Yeah, first stratum. Yeah, they're gonna get a lot of stuff in it. It's actually really awesome. And that should be where the horn connects. I mean beforehand? You have a lot of questions beforehand? Oh, you mean you had a lot of questions. Yeah, so to catch up, this is what we're going with. Olga to be a unit. Oh, yeah, you get to use UO a lot. So for the stream, obviously I did this one here as like a baseline. This is what a Magma Knight could look like. I don't like this only because I think it's very generic and I think we can do better. So we're going something that's more like akin to this, which is an open faceplate, and you get to actually see the Magma Knight it looks like. The other work in progress would have been something similar to this, but more detailed and more obsidian looking, not just Knight platey. So now we're over here on this one, doing this. So, first things first is we have to paint this now. Where's our dark red at? Dark red. That's almost spot on, exactly how I want it. That's pretty awesome. Where's my black at? Yeah, exactly. Being able to interact with her again is actually really nice. I want to make sure that none of the red here got lost. Okay, now let's touch up the colors here. Ooh, wait, actually, we need to do this first. We're going to keep our center line for now, just so we know. There we go. So we have exactly what our center line is going to be, because we'll have to have the left side be slightly darker possibly as well. Yes, her and then one other person have it. Someone in the future we get actually makes use of that. We're going to keep this one visible here so we have a location for the eyes. Yes, exactly. That's what Colton and I were talking about. You skip Trom and you missed literally so much plot. Blend that better. There we go, blended. We are blended together. If you haven't seen Blended, I think it's a really cute Adam Sandler movie. May not be for everyone, but 200 million? Hell yeah. You're getting there. You definitely could do it. I won't spoil you on one of the fights that you have coming up, but it's going to be a good one. There we go. Okay. There we go. Uh-huh. Alright. There we go. Alright, we're almost done with the baseline. Oh, yeah. No, this is super serious. Yeah, this is like the big deal. Okay. Alright, we have... Oh, found two more we have to do. There we go. And then let's do black, but we'll do it on this side. There we go. And there. So it's not 1 pixel. And it's got like a side for it. Cool. Yeah, exactly. No. So ordeal calls are... sorry, I'm stretching real quick. Ordeal calls are part 2 of the Lost Belt arc. Once all the ordeal calls are done, then it's moving on to the finale of that. Oh! Can't do that. We're gonna clean that up now. There we go. And we're gonna have to go through all of this again and touch everything up, but I'm just cleaning up all the lines right now, and then we'll mess with it later. The parts I touched, I want to that might be how I have to do it. There we go. Alright. Clean up that. Alright, now we need to, where do I go from there? Sorry, I wasn't reading the chat. I was definitely locked in on what I was doing. After Lost Belt, the Lost Belt arc, King Protea. Yeah, I love King Protea in this story. But after the Lost Belt, what happens is that it's gonna be the end of Gudao and MASH. So we're gonna get an entire new protagonist and stuff. Yeah, they essentially are going to retire. Let's do the outline of the mouth now. Would this new protag have their own kind of servant? We have no idea. Other than this is like the conclusion to MASH and Gudao's story. We have nothing else to reference that off of. Octopath did it with theirs. Okay, okay. I'm gonna do this. Ooh, I don't like that. No, I don't like that either. That's better. Okay, we're gonna change. Where's my custom color at? Boop. We're coming down more with the horns, like the horn part. There we go. And then we do this. And then we're gonna lower the pixel count to 3. And 2. Come outside, choose protect, send someone else to protect what a new class. I don't want them to introduce much more than what they already have, personally. I think they already have more than enough. The only class we're missing is Savior, technically, if we're being 100%. So I'd rather them keep it as is. 1 pixel. What class? That's hard to say because I think it's good that the class we had with MASH was Shielder. And my argument for that is it gives you a class that doesn't get bodied by any specific unit, so you can bring them for anything. How are we doing the shadowing on this side? Because we have this. Because oh, you know what? I know how to do this, actually. We can actually make this work in a really funny and weird way. Okay. Yeah, shielded can't be beaten. The only thing I could think of is if you gave us... No, no. I don't think there's another class you could do. You have to do like another shielder. Alright, I have an idea for this. For the shadowing effect on the side of the helmet, because the faceplate itself has to be a different shadow, and that helps add depth to this. We're gonna do something a little bit different here. We're gonna keep this one as is. How many oranges do I have? Okay, so what if we do... We'll do everything the same tone right now and then take a look at it afterwards. I won't get too crazy with that just yet. More DPS? Well, the problem is Mash gets a 5-star version of herself, which is pure DPS. Oh, you're not counting Paladin. Okay. Yeah, they're not really shielder, though. Maybe... No, I was gonna say sorter, but that's just a saber with extra steps. Let's increase this pixel size. 5 pixels? Yeah, there we go. Fill out some of this. Yeah, you could do a more DPS one. The only problem is that... Oh, okay. Alright, back down to 2. Let's go to 1, actually. I mean, we could do a savior class, and that one could be another neutral one. We haven't had a savior yet, so if they really wanted to push that, they could do it that way. Let's get the red. 2 pixels is pretty good for baseline for us starting. One day I lift my eyes up to the sky and like a plane, my flash run past the line. Then my wings out and fly. Raise that emotion, but no one else knows why. Waiting for the day to come when you lift me up and you want before my eyes. With every issue, I'm gonna miss you in the morning. My chest laughs. They were like that. They were laughing. Well, look who's laughing now. When it do now I can't be in my We can actually bring the face guard more like this. Ooh, I like that idea maybe. Hold on, let's play with this concept first. We'll stick out to this concept. No one hurt you again. Gonna hurt under the peace sign. No, will last forever. We need to go to 1 pixel here for this. There we go. Okay, let's do the eyes next here. Like actually focus on them and see what we need to work with. I'm gonna do. Okay, we'll do that real quick. So I have a reference, then we'll go back to the red. Yeah, we're not having any gray in this thing, that's for sure. And then we'll go back to this red. Okay, now we'll go back to this orange. Or, no, sorry, we'll go back to this red now. Now we go to this orange. Okay. We need the lighter orange now. Or actually, we gotta do this high first. Let's make sure we get this right. There we go. Okay. We need this red. Where is it? We need the second lightest red. There we go. more to the side, maybe? There we go. That'll help it balance it out. Okay. This one is yeah. Okay. There we go. That lightens it up a little bit more. Okay, back to the orange. All right, now we do. I didn't do the mouth yet. I'm trolling. We need the intermediary. We need this red. There we go. Now we need this secondary red. Okay, we'll do orange, orange. All right, now we do the lighter orange. Ooh, I don't like that. I'm gonna undo that bottom section. There we go. All right, yellow. Dark yellow first. Dun, 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 dun. All right, finally the last one is the brightest yellow we have. The mouth is actually too small, I think. I think we actually have to open the mouth up. And that'll make it look better. We open the mouth up, and I think we bring in the side of the helmet from this perspective. So real quick, let's open the mouth first. The eyes are fine. I like the eyes. No, I don't like that. What if we did the mouth is like... Oh, we're doing 1 pixel. Whoops. Yeah, we want to be more than that. I want like 2. Okay, what if the mouth was like this kind of? I wanna redo the whole mouth. The eyes are fine, more or less. I want to bring that faceplate actually over. I don't like that one. I don't like the way that came in. Come more like this. There we go. I like that a lot more. Okay, let's erase this. Okay, there's this. Okay. There we go. All right. That looks a lot better actually, closing the face mask in like that. What do you guys think? As opposed to leaving it more open. I'm gonna kind of like reset here, I think, and just reset the colors and then re-attack it again. I'll do like 5 pixels. Oh, no. Where's eraser at? Back to 1 pixel for now. You 5 pixels. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I have an idea of how we're doing this. Two pixels. Okay. There we go. And we'll adjust the rest of that later. But that's like that. Okay. And this one's going to be like this, off-colored slightly. There we go. Okay. There we go. Back up to here. Proximity erase, or proximity color, I mean. Whew. We're gonna redo this eye, I think. Maybe. It's hard to say. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I would move his eyes a little bit. Ow. Just popped my knee. We're gonna color all of this and then we'll fill it in. Whoops. No, that's a different coloration. There we go. There we go. Okay, we have the light and dark side of this. Hold on. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. All right, let's do the outline for the eyes now. That's the big one. Yep. undo. Let's do 1 pixel for now. That's not bad. And then light red for this. There we go. All right, I like that. Let's do the eyes first. We'll finish the eyes and then we'll go on to the next section. This. There we go. I like that. I like a little bit of a bleeding effect into the other colors because it helps give it some pop. We're going to thickness 2. All right, 2 pixels. Color this part. Oh, no. 1 pixel. There we go. Okay. That's good. Oh, okay. Now we do, oh, I guess we do, for this one, we do it backwards, actually, I think. Might be the better play. 2 pixels. Yeah, I don't like that. It's like bleeding out of the eye right there. We're gonna fix that real quick. There we go. There we go. Oh, ISP is acting up again. Yep. Dark orange for this one. Alright, 2 pixels now to color. Okay, that's good. All right. There we go. Color that in. And then we go for the light orange. Color it in, color it in, color it in, color it in. A little bit of fading for that. There we go. Okay, come up. Oh, we're losing the red. We're losing the plot. We need to reset a little bit here. There we go. Now we go back to the deep, darker orange. There we go. And we're about done with this side here. There we go. I like that. And then we do the darker yellow. Do a little bit of bleeding into the sides here. And then do the final one, the bright yellow. That's not bad. We'll have to recolor here and do a little bit lighter out and then fade more into the eyes themselves here. Unless we made the eyes really big. But that's like a rough start of where we want it to be. We just have to color around it more. Like this eye probably has to be a lot bigger. Or we just leave a lot more of the glowy red here and then fade slowly into it more. But this is a good like, excuse me, reference point, just so we can see kind of what we want. Now the part here for the mouth is going to be the challenging part. Come down like that, maybe? That would help. Ooh, okay, if I... Yeah, okay, I like that idea. No, it actually does look better that way, like this. It makes more sense. Just need to lighten up that side now. Bright red. No, not putting enough fudge. It comes out too much. We're gonna back up on that. I don't like the way that looks in the mouth. We need the other red. That should be good. Oof. Let's just do 3 pixels. That looks right. Oh, I'm stretching it. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then we have the lighter red on this side already, so then we do Let's see. Actually, no. That doesn't need to happen. Okay. So we undo that part and go back to it. And reattack that. Color that and then back around. And then come back from the side, yeah. Yeah. Cover up that part of the mouth again and restart that part. Because we're gonna do this with this side of the face. We're not gonna go for the shading on the because we don't need the shading here for this. Because this is already it. And then I want to actually redo the eye, so we're going to go back over the eye here. And redo all of this. Retexture that with the new different color scheme I want. Okay, let's go down to 1 pixel now. Okay, we have everything set up. The face is exactly how it's supposed to be. It's open exactly as it needs to be. And then this is going to be exactly how we start it. And then we can do the horns up around here. So then the horns will kind of be like... I'm thinking the horns will come out... I don't want it to be that far out. Like that, and then let's do a straight line across, and then like that. No, that one doesn't work that way. It needs to be more. That one's too fat, actually. No. The angle's wrong. No, I don't like that either. That one needs to come more. There we go, like that. So this is what I'm thinking for this scenario, is to have this like this, and then to kind of have like another set of horns like this, maybe, or something for it, but that's for a different day. We'll leave it like this for now. This is our work in progress. So far what we have. It took a long time to even get like the fundamentals and the basics of what we wanted, and to kind of play around to see how we wanted to get stuff. But we have a good baseline now, so the next time we do this, if you guys like this, I can stream this again and do another drawing session where we draw this character, and this will be definitely the direction we head. I'm going to call it here though for now. We've been streaming for a long time, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!